Hello my fellow hunters. Capcom is done with showing their new weapon movesets for Sunbreak, and in this video I wanna show you like a celebration tier list, or how is the feedback from the Monster Hunter fans about the new weapon videos. I didn't want to go too much into detail in this video about the new moves and what they showed, especially this video is only for the data, and wanna inform you how are the ratio for like, or the ratio for like in comparison to dislikes is to the video, so you can have an overview how the feedback from the community is to this video. First of all, I have to mention there are two web pages where I have uploaded the video, or even Capcom USA, Capcom Germany, and a lot of more channels. And first of all, before making this video, I grabbed the data from the Monster Hunter main channel, but later I saw some tweets from some users only using the Japanese side, and the reason was because there was a very high difference in the like-dislike ratio. So if you have a look at the weapon videos from the Monster Hunter main page, all the videos are liked and they barely have any dislikes. For example, let's go to the best example is the Chargeblade. Go to the Chargeblade video, and so you can see about 60% of the users liked this video. And now we go to the Japanese channel. It's called the Capcom channel. Let's go. And there was a little bit confusing stuff. They uploaded every video twice. I didn't know why, but I think maybe one video of them is grabbed from their official website and the other video is just from the normal website. Okay, let's go to Chargeblade. You recognize this webpage has a lot of more views, and now you can see there is a huge difference in the like-dislike ratio. So like you can see in the Western page, it got about 60% likes, and here it's about maybe only 6 or 5% likes. And you can see I also dislike this video because I don't like the Chargeblade for Sunbreak. Yes, so you can see the difference is extremely big. And I also know maybe the Japanese players always got more information because all the tweets from the Japanese Twitter account more detailed than the European or the Western ones, and that's why I grabbed all the stuff from the Japanese side, because they got more views and a lot better and more detailed feedback. Okay, that was the reason. I showed you the explanation. Let's have a look at the release schedule. So you can see they started with heavy bowguns, which takes one shield, and this is the release timeline. The last videos they uploaded is light bowgun and dual blades, and you can see even if the longsword was only uploaded a few days ago, it has 400,000 views if you sum up two videos. And there are also some other videos like the heavy bowgun or so, which was one of the first video which got the least attention in of all videos, considering it is the one with the longest upload time. So you can see like here in this video 90,000 views, and in this one 70,000. So I didn't thought it was that low, and heavy bowgun got so low attention. Maybe in the Western it's kind of different. Yeah, so we can sort via views. So you can see the three weapons which are got the most interested or the most attention are longsword, greatsword, and switch axe. I'm very interested. Switch axe got more views than the bow. But you can see all here, all this weapon are kinda similar, about 200 views, except some outstanding like switch axe, greatsword, and longsword. Also, we can here sort via likes. Longsword got the most likes, and the most dislikes also got the longsword. Maybe from the non-longsword users, or also the longsword mains that find their own weapon now OP with too much counters. Now we come to a two interesting tabs. One of that is the ratio, so it's in promils. I don't know how it's called in English, but it's more accurate than the percent rate. So it got a 10 multiplier to get a more even accurate value. and so this value is very good for the mains, because the dislikes from this ratio are excluded, only the likes in comparison to the full views. And so you can see maybe how is the feedback from the mains, because mains always maybe like their own weapon, because just in case they uploaded it from their favorite weapon. As you can see, maybe yes, Gunlance and Hunting Horn also lands very high in the tier list. Didn't expect it. Lance got such a good value in comparison to the other weapons, because maybe Lance mains are not so upset about everything, and yes, didn't expect it that it was so high in the list. Also Gunlance users, or maybe themselves, are pretty like the new moves. Also longsword is obviously, and most favorite for the weapon mains perspective is the dual blades with a 14 promil like ratio, which is very high. Also lowest rate by far is from the hammer users. Maybe I didn't like getting the matchup from other weapon, but I'm pretty interested, because Hunting Horn and Hammer just swap their movesets, and the ratio from the likes is pretty different. So maybe Hunting Horn likes getting their moves from the Hammer, but Hammer didn't like get the moves from the Hunting Horn. Okay, now come to the last point, which is the most interested. It is the ratio. So ratio is like the, how does we say, the controversy about the weapon. That means maybe it also includes if, for example, a longsword main finds their own weapon too strong. So it isn't just about like, and yes, I think it's more behind it, and I think it's also the most important multiplier for the tier list. So we can say yes, comparison from likes to dislikes, and by best the 4 results got those 4 weapons. The dual blades, because they got their new move when a spinning attack from Generations Ultimate. All the switch X got the counter move from the Monster Hunter Frontier, was called Switch X F. And also Hunting Horn and Heavy Bowgun got an extremely good yes, like-dislike ratio. Just want to inform you, I'm using a specific add-on that allows me to see the, it's called, I'm not sure, thumbnail rating bar or something else, I'm currently not sure, but I'm using a program that shows the dislike ratio, because as YouTube disabled showing these bars, now I can see it instead. Yes, there are also some mid tier weapon where it's very balanced, like Bow, Gunlance, One Shield, Hammer and Insect Glaive, and there are also about 3 or 4 weapons, especially 3 weapons, which got a huge, how does we call it, review bombing, negative review bombing, which is a Lance, which got barely any new moves, and also that one move with a step block evade, so a step counter, or how it's called, doesn't seems really useful. Also the Chargeblade with this new similar move, only 9% like radio, which is absolutely horrifying. And also Longsword got a huge review bombing from all players that are pretty sure they all now found the new weapon 2 OP. And Longsword got so much more counters than the Lance, which is an absolutely joke. But yes, that is the tier list. I'm pretty hyped that Switch X got so good ratios, and also the dual blades, which are my 2 favorite weapons. And yes, I'm not sure whether the developers will do anything for the Lance Chargeblade in future, but I doubt that, because they already captured all its new moveset with the motion capture. And yes, I am pretty interested whether they instead maybe buff from the Lance the motion values, because yes, currently just too weak. Yes, didn't want to make a video which is longer than 10 minutes, so see you next time.